If you're watching this, you must love horror, science fiction, B-movies, and weird tales. You can help spread that love by signing up at patreon.com/Lord Blood-Rah. There you can help support the production of Lord Blood-Rah's Wrackin Theater, presenting the best, worst, and wildest horror and science fiction films ever made. Lord Blood-Rah's Wrackin Auditorium, the podcast featuring chilling old-time radio horror shows best listened to in the dark. And Captain Paxar's Star Cadet Hour, the kind of show kids in the 60s and 70s would run home from school to see, featuring classic science fiction heroes like Flash Gordon, Tom Corbett Space Cadet, Captain Zero, and many more. Plus, if you sign up, you'll have exclusive access to content available nowhere else, like Lord Blood-Rah's B-movie reviews, radio episode commentaries, and more. Sign up today at patreon.com/Lord Blood-Rah for the love of horror.
Countdown for blast off. X minus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fire.
Welcome to Lord Blood-Rah's Wrackin Theater.
Oh, my lords and ladies, geeks, geekerellas, geekulas, and geekeritas, I am Lord Blood-Rah, and this is Lord Blood-Rah's Wrackin Theater. And at the risk of sounding like an old man, which I obviously am, whatever happened to comedy teams? You just don't see them anymore. I mean, from Laurel and Hardy to the Marx Brothers to Abbott and Costello and Martin and Lewis to Bob and Ray and the Firesign Theater. Comedy teams used to be a staple of entertainment, and you just don't see them anymore. And for every comedy team we, of a certain age, can remember, there were dozens of others back in the day that were quite popular, but just aren't remembered today. Teams like Wheeler and Woolsey, Gallagher and Sheen, and the stars of tonight's movie. Tonight, from 1939, it's the old dark house madness, The Gorilla. Now, The Gorilla stars the Ritz Brothers, Harry, Jimmy, and Al, a comedy trio that started in the 1920s and performed all the way into the 1960s on stage, screen, and TV. And they were extremely popular. In fact, Mel Brooks himself of Young Frankenstein and Blazing Saddles fame said that Harry Ritz, the Ritz brother in the middle there, was one of the funniest men he had ever seen. So, why aren't they better remembered today? I don't know. Such is fame. Oh, and supplying the chills in tonight's film are horror heroes Lionel Atwill and the great Bela Lugosi. Well, without further ado, I give to you some lunacy, larceny, with an ape thrown in for good measure. Here is The Gorilla.
night. Parting is such sweet sorrow that I shall say good night till it be morrow. Good night, good night. Parting is such sweet sorrow that I shall say good night till it be morrow. Good night. Good night! No! Help! Help! Murder! Police! Help! Oh, Mr. Stevens! Peter! Help! 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 It's after me! Help! Help! Police! Help! Help! It's after me! Help! Oh, Mr. Stevens! Mr. Peters! Stevens! Mr. Stevens! Oh, help! Help! Police! Oh! Help! Oh! Help! No!
Well, Kitty, what is all this racket about?
Peters! Oh, Peters! I saw him! He's here in this house! He almost killed me! The gorilla! What was off? He got hold of me!
Quiet, you have been dreaming.
Oh, no.
What's that?
Oh, I don't know. I'm telling you, I don't know anything. Call the police. Call Mr. Stevens. He'll kill somebody.
Quiet, can't you?
No, I can't. Then he will all be murdered. Mr. Stevens! Mr. Stevens!
You calling me, Kitty?
Oh, Mr. Stevens, we'll all be murdered in our beds. It's that gorilla fellow the papers are so full of. The killer! He was just up in my room.
Oh, no, come, Kitty, you're hysterical.
Oh, no, sir, I ain't hysterical. I've seen him like I said, sir.
Now, Kitty, you're imagining things. Just you go back to bed.
That's what I said, sir. Only there is this. The gorilla's paw.
No!
Shall I call the police, sir?
Police? Yes, call them right away. Just a minute. I'll handle this my own way.
Yes, sir, only...
Only what?
I was thinking of the time, sir.
Time?
According to the newspapers, the gorilla gives his victim only 24 hours' notice.
Oh, nonsense. Now, you go back to bed and don't worry about this.
Back to bed? Who, me?
Oh, don't go back to bed. I'm not particularly interested where you go.
Oh, but Mr. Stevens!
Kitty.
Yes, but...
Hello. Oh, now, come, please. Just a minute. That'll be all.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but...
I wouldn't be frightened like that if I were you, Kitty.
Look, you be frightened any way you want. This is my way.
Hello? I begged you not to telephone me here. Yes, I know I promised, but you gave me until Monday. Saturday? Tomorrow? That's impossible. I can't possibly raise that amount of money. Yes, I know I owe it you, but $250,000. Be reasonable. Now, please be patient. I have a plan, but it's only just started. Give me time to work it out, and I'll repay you dollar for dollar. Hello. I want to send a radiogram, please.
To whom is the radiogram going, please?
Miss Norma Denby. Diaz in Denver. Aboard SS Paris. Regret unable to meet you at boat. Vitally important that I see you at my home tomorrow evening without fail. Sign it fondly, Uncle Walter. Read that back, please.
I'm Norma Denby.
Mr. Stevens is expecting you, Miss Denby. May I take your coat?
Oh, no, thank you. I'll keep it on.
Nice, cozy little place your uncle has here.
He likes it.
He'd have to live in it.
This way, please.
Well, 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 if it isn't the prodigal niece.
Oh, it's swell seeing you again, darling.
Good to see you again, too, dear.
I took the liberty of bringing along my conquest.
Good, I'm glad you did.
This is Jack, Uncle Walter.
This niece of mine isn't much of a correspondent. What few letters she did write, though, were full of you. Congratulations, young man.
Thank you, and I hope you'll excuse me for barging in like this.
Nonsense, I'm delighted. I was more than pleasantly surprised to hear that you set your marriage for June. Do you realize it's only a month away?
Well, we decided we didn't want to rush things too much, so...
So, we put it off until...
the day after tomorrow.
The day after tomorrow.
Does that startle you?
Why, no, that's fine. That's one of the things I wanted to talk to you about. But I'm forgetting my role as host. Sit down, my dear, sit down.
Nice poker face there, Uncle Walter. Uncle Walter is being played by one of the most familiar faces in classic horror, Mr. Lionel Atwill. He's starred in such favorites as Mystery of the Wax Museum, The Vampire Bat, Dr. X, and 5, count them 5, classic Universal horror films. His most notable role among them being stern, one-armed Inspector Krogh from 1939's Son of Frankenstein. After this, we'll see what kind of trouble he's in and how well he handles it.
Welcome to my humble home.
Look, Mr. Summers, I've got to get my aunt off this island. She's been this way ever since we came here. I'm just afraid if we don't get away soon, something dreadful is going to happen to all of us.
We now return to the gorilla, where Uncle Walter has received a threatening note from a gorilla. You know, it's not often I get to say that.
We may as well come to the point.
Perhaps you'd rather talk to Norma alone, Mr. Stevens.
Oh, no, not at all. As Norma's future husband, what I have to say concerns you, too. Now, as Norma knows, she and I were named joint heirs under the terms of her father's will. And until she marries, I'm the executor of her estate. But should anything happen to either of us, why then the survivor inherits the entire estate. And I think that you, Norma, and you, Jack, as her future husband, should know of what that estate consists. To that end, I prepared a record of the estate's holdings. And I want to talk it over with you both after dinner.
But your radiogram said there was something urgent.
Well, if it hadn't been urgent, I wouldn't have sent it.
Well, something's worrying you. What is it, Uncle Walter?
Well, perhaps I'm unduly alarmed, but last night I received this note of warning from the gorilla.
The gorilla?
You mean that murderer, the one the papers have been so full of?
I do.
But isn't it possible that this is all just a joke, that someone's playing a prank on you?
I wish I could think so.
But, Uncle Walter, why should he or anyone want to kill you?
I don't know. Oh, it's possible that some old enemy of mine, I admit I've made enemies in my day, It's possible that one of them, in a spirit of revenge, has hired this maniac, this professional killer, or whatever the gorilla is.
This note is exactly like the one that was in the newspapers after he murdered that widow.
Still, I can't bring myself to believe it. Of course, you've notified the police.
No, I haven't.
But surely, if there was anything in all this...
I've taken other precautions. Peters and I are armed. And in addition, I've engaged the services of a private detective agency. Their operative should be here any moment now.
Oh.
But obviously, this gorilla is no ordinary murderer at all. And judging by his past, shall we say, successes, it is apparent that the workings of the police were an open book to him. Of course, there's a slim chance that by not notifying the police, we might upset his plans.
Ordinarily, I'm not easily frightened, but I must admit this whole affair is giving me the creeps.
Well, it's nearly 9 o'clock, and I suppose you freshen up a bit. We talk it over after dinner. Oh, Kitty, show Miss Dim into the green room and Mr. Marsden to my room.
Yes, sir.
Don't worry, Uncle Gould.
Oh, excuse me, Mr. Stevens.
Yes, Kitty?
Oh, I know it's customary to give notice.
Why, Kitty, you're not trying to tell me you're going to leave me.
Oh, no, sir. I'm trying to tell you I have left you.
But, Kitty, you're perfectly safe here. Besides, we have guests. You haven't the heart to leave me now.
Well, my heart is willing, but I'm going to have an awful time trying to convince the rest of my body.
I'll bet there's a dead body in every room.
That body won't hurt you.
Can't do you any good.
Well, what are we waiting for?
Let's go.
Who'll get it? You! Get to rep it tonight, Chief. Make a note of that. Keep doing that once in a while. It keeps me on edge and thinking. Right. Now, what do you suppose they want detectives for? I've got an idea. Let's go in and find out. You're terrific.
Mitchell, it's a speakeasy.
Who are you?
Me? Why, I'm Peter, sir.
Never mind that, never mind that. What's your name?
Peter, sir.
Just a minute. Where were you last night?
I beg your pardon.
Oh, so you did do something.
I don't like your looks.
What's that got to do with it? This is no beauty contest. Who's Stevens?
I am.
I'm Harrigan.
I'm Mulligan.
I'm Garrity.
Harrigan, Mulligan, Garrity. I sent for you because I need protection. My life's been threatened.
Now tell me, any clues?
One very vital one. This warning from the gorilla.
That's swell. You've got nothing to worry about.
Mark that down, Garrity.
Right.
How do you spell gorilla? 2 R's or 2 L's? Gorilla. Gorilla. G-O-R-G-O. Gorilla. Did you say gorilla?
Why, gentlemen, you're not afraid.
No, we're not afraid. We just thought maybe if we... Thank you very much.
The gorilla coming here? It was nice to have met you, Mr. Stevens.
Quiet! Quiet!
I've already taken the precaution of arming my servant and myself. And I think you'll find that every door and window is securely bolted.
I couldn't have done better myself. With us on the job, Mr. Stevens, you've got nothing to worry about.
What's your plan, Mr. Harrigan?
Well, first we'll take a look around the house. Come on, then. Now, you just sit tight, Mr. Stevens. The gorilla will get you over our dead bodies. Dead bodies.
Jack,
Yes, darling?
who are those men?
Probably the detectives your uncle hired.
Jack, I'm terribly worried. What are we going to do?
Well, it seems there isn't anything we can do yet. Listen, darling, it isn't that I'm trying to appear skeptical. It's just that, well, somehow I can't make myself believe all this.
But that note, you saw the note.
Of course I did, but still Look, darling, we'll wait. We'll wait and see if something really does happen.
But what if it does?
I just don't believe it will.
Jack.
Excuse me, sir. I tried to put your car away, but unfortunately, there's something wrong with it.
What do you mean?
It won't start. Excuse me, sir.
He gives me the creeps.
He doesn't exactly give me an appetite either. I wouldn't let him worry me if I were you.
Honestly, darling, don't you think there's any cause for alarm?
I'm afraid I don't.
Oh, there you are. Another sherry before dinner?
Thank you, no.
Uncle Walter, how long have you had that butler?
Not very long. Why?
Well, are you sure he's all right?
I found him so. Why?
Well, because I...
Dinner is served, sir.
Oh, shall we go in?
You'd better drink a little of that, Kitty. It'll quiet your nerves.
Why, can you hear them? Oh, here, take it. What my nerves really need is a good long trip.
Here.
Oh!
Now, look here, where were you last night?
Me? Why,
Answer yes or no. What were you doing there?
Doing where?
Well, how do we know? Besides, I don't like your looks.
Did you ever take a good look at yourself?
Yeah, did you ever take a look? Hey, now, wait a minute, you. Where were you last night?
I spent the night with Shakespeare.
Yeah? Where is he?
He's dead.
Dead? A murder mystery. Have you any idea who did it?
Look, Shakespeare's been dead hundreds of years.
Hundreds. This is a fine time to call us in on the case.
Say, but she couldn't have done it.
How do you know?
She can't be hundreds of years old.
That's right. Mark that down, Garrity.
Yeah, what do we do now, Chief?
Well, you two have a look out there. I'll look here.
Yeah.
What's this?
That's a door. It leads to the back stairs.
Backstairs. Well, remind me to have a look up there sometime.
That's an ironing board.
Yes. That's an ironing board. Look, do you want this thing?
Certainly we want it. What do you think we iron on?
Yeah, why?
Well, here, take it! Harrigan! 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 Come in here! We found it!
From Haiti, land of the voodoo, comes the most infamous cult of all. Bela Lugosi as Murder Legendre.
I see death.
Master of the undead damned. The sinister power behind the white zombie.
Zombies? Yes. They are my servants.
This soul killer takes men from their graves to be his slaves. His instruments of terror, and now this fiend plots to possess a woman.
Only a pinpoint, a silver one, in a glass of wine, or perhaps a flower.
Keep it, monsieur. Keep it. You may change your mind.
Not dead? Are you mad? I saw her die. The doctor signed a certificate. I saw them bury her.
Captive in the borderland between life and death. Her brain drained of the life spark. white zombie obeys the unholy commands of her demon master. As mindless creatures carry out his cursed will, terror explodes in horror and heartquake.
Zombie! Allez, allez!
Never eyes so evil, never powers so potent, never magic so black. Bela Dracula Lugosi as the master of the white zombie.
Now back to the gorilla, where the mystery deepens and Bela gets physical.
You found what? The mystery. Well, that's hash. Ain't that a mystery? Some pretty good tightly, Chief. Well, I'll be the judge of that.
I'm afraid, gentlemen, you won't find the gorilla in there.
Why will we not find the gorilla in there?
Now listen, you. Let that be a lesson to you.
Perhaps you gentlemen had better look outside for clues.
Maybe he killed Shakespeare. Mark that down, Garrity.
Yeah. Don't you recall that the paper said the gorilla always sends a warning to as many as half a dozen people at the same time to sort of throw the police off?
Maybe that's what he's doing now. Perhaps it's just a ruse.
Well, let's hope so. You know, it's wonderful how much more optimistic a good dinner can make one feel. Shall we have liqueurs in the study? Peter's alive, quickly!
Jack! What happened? Oh, Uncle Walter, are you hurt?
I know. No. I don't know what happened.
Look here. It seems to have been thrown in through that window.
Oh, Uncle Walter, what are we going to do?
The first thing we're going to do, or rather Jack is going to do, is to take you away from here.
Well, you're coming with us. It's him! It's him! Uncle Walter!
Who is it?
Oh, it's all right. It's one of those detectives. He can give me a turn.
Did you see that face? I'll bet when he gets drunk, snakes see him.
What's the matter with you scaring us half to death?
I'm just trying to let you know I'm not the gorilla.
This is my niece, Miss Denby, and her fiancé, Mr. Marsden. Harrigan, Mulligan, and Garrity.
Thank you.
This matter seems to be much more serious than I thought. I've just received this from the gorilla.
A note. Who brought it?
No one brought it. It was thrown in through that window.
Through that window? Through that window. He's right. Wait a minute. This is my good ear. Oh, say, that's right. You can't kid us. We were outside patrolling the grounds.
What do you mean?
Why, the note couldn't have come through that window.
But why not?
Well, I'll just show you. Stand back, man. That's why.
But it was wrapped around a stone.
A stone? A stone? Well, why didn't you say so? Anyway, what do you know about this thing?
Well, I don't know anything about it. We were preparing to leave the room, and suddenly the lights went out, and then there was a crash, and...
Oh, so the lights went out. Make a note of that, Garrity.
Right. You were outside a few minutes ago. Didn't you see anybody?
Nobody but us.
Say, this note says at midnight.
At midnight?
Yeah.
What time is it now? It's 10:30.
I got 11:10.
I got 11:30.
It's exactly 11:45.
Remind me to put some hands on this watch.
Yes. Well, make a note of that, Garrity.
Right.
Now, look, the gorilla's after Stevens. We'll have to keep an eye on him. Everybody into the study.
Come on, let's go.
Who said that if you give a criminal enough rope, he'll hang himself?
You, Chief.
Oh, that's where I heard it before. Oh, come on. all here, I don't want anybody to move. Understand?
Is it all right if I breathe?
Yes, but come right back. Quiet.
Personally, I don't believe the gorilla's coming here.
Neither do I.
Why not?
I'll give you 3 good reasons, pal. Harrigan, Mulligan, and Garrity.
It ain't enough.
Now look here. I don't want to have your looks. Yeah, you wait a minute. I'll handle this.
Yeah, but you're...
Now listen,
You have received the gorilla's warning, Walter Stevens. You've just 5 minutes to live.
Oh, Uncle Walter. Jack.
Excuse me.
Here. Now, where are you going?
I'm getting out of here.
There's no door there.
Oh, that's all right. I'll make one. Goodbye.
Oh, get over there. Quiet! Quiet, everybody! Did you hear that?
I wish I didn't.
He's up there, man! Where are you going? I said he's up there!
That's what I thought you said.
Oh, quiet. All right, man. Follow me! Stick him up! I got you covered!
What happened? What was it?
Nothing at all.
Hey, did you just pass here?
Yes. Yes, of course. I brought a trunk down from the attic.
A trunk?
Yes.
Were we here?
I couldn't say.
Well, maybe we're not here now.
Maybe.
Maybe.
It's 2 minutes of 12. What about Uncle Walter?
Uncle Walter, yes. Uncle Walter, we're just going in. We'll... Now, everybody! Stay just where you are. Mulligan, you watch those doors. Gary, you watch that one. Mr. Stevens, you've got nothing to worry about.
I wish I thought so.
Me too.
You have 1 more minute, Walter Stevens.
I can't stand it any longer. I can't. You've got to call the police. You've got to.
Mr. Stevens, I'm sorry, but Norma's right. I don't know what this is all about, but certainly if there's something to it, the police ought to know about it.
I no longer know what to think. Perhaps you'd better.
Hello? Hello? Oh, there's something wrong.
It's me!
Uncle Walter, he's gone.
Gone? How can he be gone when every door and window in this room has been locked? Mulligan, check those windows.
Yeah.
Garrity, check the door. How did you get in here?
Why, through this door, sir.
How can you when the doors are locked?
I beg your pardon, it was not locked.
I locked it myself. It is locked.
That leaves us deadlocked.
It would be impossible for me to walk through the woodwork.
Why? Termites do.
Oh, this isn't getting us anywhere.
Now leave everything to me. The gorilla ain't gonna make a monkey out of me. Now you... Come on, boys.
For 2 million years in these subterranean caves, a creature of superhuman evil was entombed in a wall of ice. waiting to be free, waiting to live again. Travel with us on a journey into a world where nightmare becomes reality.
Are you telling me that an ape that lived 2 million years ago got onto that crate, killed the baggage man and put him in there?
Yes, I am. It's alive. It must be.
Travel with us, if you dare, on the Horror Express.
We'll search the train and find it, whatever it is, and destroy it. But if it's alive...
I want this kept quiet. I don't want to panic the passengers.
The malignant power of this creature is indestructible, transferring its force from mind to mind, from body to body.
Beast is not dead. I put 4 bullets into him.
You think evil can be killed with bullets? Satan lives.
The animal that you shot was only the host. It's alive in someone on this train.
You saw his eyes. One look at them and you're dead.
Anything that moves near that door, kill it!
Run. Run for your life. Hide, but you can't escape. No one can stop the fury and the terror of the Horror Express.
Mulligan, Carter, you have a look upstairs. Marsden, you come with me. We'll have a look around the grounds. You two look in the servants' wing.
With the gorilla prowling around, not me.
Well, all right, then come with me.
Oh, never mind. I'll take my chances with the other gorilla.
Wait a minute. We can't leave Miss Denby here alone.
Well, what are you waiting for?
I don't know, but I wish I could think of something.
Me too. Oh, go on.
Don't worry, darling.
Oh, that's all right. I'll do all the worrying.
Marsden, come with me. Oh, you first, sir. Thank you very much.
Why couldn't this have all happened tomorrow?
What difference would that make?
Tomorrow's my day off.
Poor Uncle Walter. Right from under our very eyes. I don't understand how he got out of here.
All that's worrying me is how I'm going to get out of here. Oh, it's him! It's him! I seen him! I seen him! It's the gorilla! I seen him!
What's up?
I seen him! It's the gorilla! I tell you, he's in that closet there!
Oh, Jack, I'm so frightened.
All right, come on out there, you. Get him, Mulligan. You heard him, Garrity. What did he say?
Are you sure it wasn't an hallucination?
Not unless an hallucination has hair on it.
Come on. Now, ready?
Yeah, Jack.
Oh, is he dead?
Who is he?
I never seen him before.
Do you know him?
No, sir, and this is no time for no introductions.
He's not dead.
Yeah, mark that down, too. Right.
Come on, darling, we're getting out of here. I'm afraid now, too, for you.
Yeah, I'm afraid not, too, for me.
Oh, Jack, it's horrible. I don't know what to make of it.
Now, all I can say, the gorilla's around here somewhere. And I know Mr. Stevens is around here somewhere. And if you all look, we'll find him somewhere.
Oh.
Where are you going?
Somewhere.
All right, men, take him upstairs.
Come on, Garrity.
You, lead the way.
Oh. I'll take care of him. Kitty, get a basin of hot water.
Do you mind if I go out of town to get it?
You and I have a look around the house.
Wait a minute. There's something funny about this. Kitty said she saw the gorilla's arm. We open the closet and find the sailor's body. Now, how did the body get in there? And how did the gorilla get out without our seeing him?
That's just what I was about to ask you.
Stevens was sitting right here in this chair until the lights went out.
Ooh, gorilla, la la.
That's funny.
What's funny?
Nothing. I think I'll have a look around this house.
Have a look around the house? Yes, we'll have a look around the house. Yeah, I'll go too.
Hey, that guy won't talk.
Why not?
He's still unconscious.
You're unconscious and you talk.
That's great, Chief.
Mark that down, Garrity.
Right.
What do we do now? Well, first we'll have to reenact the crime.
Well, how do we do that?
Now, let's see. When the lights went out, Stevens was sitting in that chair.
Yeah.
You're Stevens. Sit down.
I'm Stevens.
Mulligan, close the doors.
Hey, I'm Garrity.
You're Stevens. Now sit down. I'll wait for lights. 1, 2, 3. Ah, it's no use. I don't know it works for Sherlock Holmes. I don't know why it don't work for me.
That's what I've been trying to tell you. He's gone.
Is he gone? Gone. Garrity! Garrity! Now we have 2 mysteries to solve.
Look, I've got an idea.
What is it?
If we can find out how Garrity disappeared, we'll find out what happened to Stevens.
It's a very good idea. Should have thought of that myself. All right, we'll reenact the crime. Sit down.
But I'm not tired.
You have to be tired to sit down?
I do.
You make me tired.
Well, then, why don't you sit down?
If I sit down, who's going to work the lights?
I never thought of that.
Yeah, well, sit down.
Yeah, sit down.
Sit down.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Mulligan! Mulligan!
Did you lose something?
Yes, Mulligan and Garrity. Hanging over there. Now look, sit down.
Oh, I don't want to sit down.
You don't have to want it. You'll sit down and like it.
Well, all right, I'll sit down, but I won't like it.
Yep.
What are you going to do?
What I'm going to do ain't important.
Well, what am I going to do?
That's just what I want to find out. One, 2, 2 and a 2, 3.
Did I hear somebody scream?
Well, if you didn't, you ought to have your ears cleaned out. Say, where's Mr. Harrigan? The detective! He's disappeared!
Disappeared? What a pity.
Pity? Why, it's uncanny. How did you get in here? Why, you... Oh!
But don't be frightened. You're safe with me.
Safe with you, my eye. Who wants to be safe? Now, look, I'm very sociable. I want to go where there's people.
Hey, what's the matter? What's happened? Oh, look. I'm standing here. And all of a sudden, everything goes black. Next thing I know, I'm here.
That's funny. Hello. Hello, I'm sorry I kept you waiting. No, you turn on Willow Drive. Off Highway 22 and hurry, will you? Thank you.
Look, it ain't human, I tell you. It ain't human.
What isn't human?
For a guy to be standing here 1 minute, and the next minute, he's gone.
Who's gone?
I'm gone. They're gone. Everybody's gone. It don't make sense.
Certainly doesn't. Will you have a cigarette?
I don't mind if I do. He kidnaps me right from under his very eyes.
Who does?
The gorilla!
Hey, who are you? What do you want?
What are you doing here?
Listen, old man, you got me all wrong. I just came in to use the telephone. You see, my car broke down.
That phone?
Yeah.
Look, that phone is out of order.
Is it?
Yes.
Number, please.
Well, if you'll excuse me, I'll be on my way.
Now, wait a minute, you. You're the guy we're looking for. You're the gorilla.
Surely you don't think I'm the gorilla, do you?
I stopped thinking 2 hours ago.
But you don't understand.
I don't have to understand.
Shall I try it?
Oh, you've tried enough. Now get him up.
Listen, you're making a big mistake.
Oh, well, it won't be the first time.
Oh, all right. All right, I got you covered.
Help!
Okay, shake him up. Shake him up.
Oh, help! Help! Oh, help! Oh, help! Help! Oh. Help! Help! Help me!
What's the matter? What is it?
I got him, I tell you, I got him.
Got him where?
Yes, well, I did have him. Here, get me out of these. Keys are in my pocket. Get it right there. Oh, it was terrible. The gorilla.
How'd you get all tied up like this?
The gorilla, I tell you, it wasn't my fault. He came in and hit me. It was... Did I leave him in there?
Well, I'm Stevens. I'm Harry.
Here, wait a minute. How'd you fellas get in there?
You tell me. What are you doing with those things on?
Oh, look. Fella walks right in. It was the gorilla, I tell you.
Yeah?
He started to use that phone. But he didn't get very far. Not with me on the job.
Lucky thing for him, you had your handcuffs with you.
Where is he? Where'd he go?
Where is he? I'm the victim. How should I know? Look, boys, I'm telling you, he walked in. 6 of them. 6 big gorillas. They attacked me. Hit me right on my crown, though. Look at that lump.
Yeah, look at this lump. Look,
yes,
right there.
Okay.
Are you sure you didn't have those lumps on your head when you came in? Whatever this gorilla is playing at, it looks like he's just playing with our 3 master detectives. And speaking of gorillas... Whatever happened to him? We may find out after these commercials monkey with our minds.
Daughter of Horror. Here is tense, taut, chilled-filled drama that shocks you with hair-raising horror. Not one word is spoken on the screen. The strangest motion picture you have ever seen. Daughter of Horror.
We now return back to The Gorilla, where mysterious stranger has master detectives perplexed. Now, new character enter. Oh, who is they?
These windows are locked from the inside. You're not kidding.
Kidding? With the gorilla right under my nose and a $10,000 reward, he says I'm kidding.
Well, are you?
Who belongs to this?
What is it?
A coat.
Well, gorillas don't wear coats.
Sure they do. Fur coats. There's something screwy about all this.
Look, if there's anything screwy about this, it's me. It's me! But I'll soon find out. Each of you grab a wall.
What do we do with it?
Mulligan, you take that one. Marsden, you take that one. I'll take that one.
I'll set this one out.
You'll set nothing out. Grab a wall. Now, take it easy. All right, now tap, each one of you. See if you can find some trap doors. Must be out there. Come on, men. Right out here. All right, cover the door, men.
What's the matter with all of you? Are you deaf? I've been pounding on that door for the last 10 minutes.
Who are you? That's right. Who are you?
Never mind who I am. I want to know where Walter Stevens is.
Oh, you want to know where Mr. Stevens is, huh? He wants to know where Walter Stevens is. Who do you think we're looking for?
I didn't come here to play games. I want to see Walter Stevens and I want to see him right now.
But you don't understand. These gentlemen are detectives.
Detectives? Bah! What are you trying to pull on me? I talked to Stevens on the telephone last night. He told me he had a plan to pay his debt.
Plan?
Yes, said he'd only just started working on it.
But did he tell you what this plan is?
I wasn't interested. He was to square up with me here tonight. When I talked to him, he wanted a couple of days more to raise the money that he owes me. Now, where is he?
Well, Mr. Stevens has been kidnapped by the gorilla.
Kidnapped by Poppycock. Now, look here. I don't know who any of you are, but I do know this. Walter Stevens owes me $250,000. And I'm going to collect it tonight or else.
No, you don't, buddy. How do we know you're... Say, who are you anyway?
I'm one of Stevens' clients. I have proof that Stevens has been stealing from his clients' accounts for over a year. I gave him until tonight to return my money, and I'm not going to leave this house until I get it.
Yeah, but wait a minute. I think he's mad.
Jack, if what that man says is true, I don't believe Uncle Walter could...
It's almost impossible to know what to believe, darling. Yet things are adding up. If your uncle did have a plan, if this business of sending for you was part of the plan,
Take her upstairs and keep an eye on her. This has gone far enough.
It's gone too far. It's even gone further than that.
I'll be all right. It's just too much excitement for one night.
Get your hat and coat, darling. I'm going to see that you get to town if I have to push the car all the way myself.
I can't go till we find Uncle Walter.
We'll take care of that. We'll break this case, won't we, boys? Well, won't we?
Oh, sure we will, sure.
Like it was walnuts.
Yeah. You know, I feel sorry for that poor girl.
Yeah? What about poor us? Strange men zooming in and out, animals running around like this was a zoo. Crazy goings on. I want to go home.
Oh, so you want to go home? I'm ashamed of you. I'm ashamed of you! Do you want to take a run out powder and leave that girl here to take the blame alone? We're detectives, aren't we?
Are we?
Haven't we looked all over this house?
Yes. No.
Where haven't we looked?
Well, if there's a cellar, we haven't looked there.
I'm glad I thought of that.
Say, this looks like a cellar.
What? It's locked.
Well, turn the key.
Oh, yes. Never thought of that. All right. Come on, men. Anybody down there?
Yes, we are.
I'll look for a switch.
It's around here somewhere.
All right, come on out there, you. Come on, get out of there. All right, come on out there, you. All right, come on out of there. Mulligan, where are you?
I'm right here, Chief.
Garrity, where are you?
Over here, Chief.
Is anybody with me?
No, you're alone.
Awful.
Oh, Mulligan, Harrigan! Something bit me!
What? First time I saw a mousetrap catch a piece of cheese.
Harrigan! Garrity! Come here and get me out of this! Get me out of this thing! What?
Maybe you'd like a rat.
Oh, come on, guys. What are you doing? I want me to think about it, please. Garrity! Harrigan! Garrity! Harrigan! Go away!
Now, don't worry, I'll handle this.
It's a pleasure.
Don't worry about it. Okay, buddy. Come on, bud. Get that raccoon coat off. Come on. Get that thing off. Look, when I hit you over the head with this thing... Well, we've been double-crossed.
Peters?
Yes, sir?
What's all that commotion?
Sounds like our friends, the detectives.
You stay here with Miss Denby. I'll go see what's up.
Cognac, Miss Denby?
Go on. What's the matter? What's all the racket? I got him, I tell you, I got him. You got him? Got who? Yes, the gorilla. He's in there. He's in there. I can hear him breathe. That's you. Oh, well, open it, open it.
Have you men been drinking?
No, but it's a good idea. What was that? Norman, where are you? Lights, quick.
Jack.
A couple of you get after him, quick. You heard him, Mulligan. So did you. Yeah, well, never mind that. You take the hall. I'll go this way. I'll stay here.
Is something wrong?
Well, where were you?
I just went to get some tea, sir.
Didn't I tell you to stay here with Miss Denby?
I'm very sorry, sir, but I thought perhaps a little tea.
What right do you got to think? We're not even thinking.
Miss Denby might have been killed.
It's fortunate she wasn't, sir.
Why is it that something always happens when you're not here?
An unfortunate coincidence, sir.
Is it? Is it really just a coincidence? I mean, after all, he is Bela Lugosi. Dracula, Murder Legendre, Igor, and the Ape Man.
I feel myself going back to the animal instinct. I lock myself in there with him, fearing that I might do something terrible.
Coincidence? Or is it happenstance? You decide. If you're watching this, you must love horror, science fiction, B-movies, and weird tales. You can help spread that love by signing up at patreon.com/LordBlood-Rah. There you can help support the production of Lord Blood-Rah's Wrackin Theater, presenting the best, worst, and wildest horror and science fiction films ever made. Lord Blood-Rah's Wrackin Auditorium, the podcast featuring chilling old-time radio horror shows best listened to in the dark. And Captain Paxar's Star Cadet Hour, the kind of show kids in the 60s and 70s would run home from school to see, featuring classic science fiction heroes like Flash Gordon, Tom Corbett Space Cadet, Captain Zero, and many more. Plus, if you sign up, you'll have exclusive access to content available nowhere else, like Lord Blood-Rah's B-movie reviews, radio episode commentaries, and more. Sign up today at patreon.com/LordBlood-Rah for the love of horror.
From the depths of hell comes The Devil's Messenger, starring the master of mystery Lon Chaney and Karen Cannon.
You could leave my message. You'd have to go back. Up there.
I can't. I won't go back.
You deliver that to a Mr. Donald Powell. Don't be afraid of me.
The Devil's Messenger delivers gifts from hell, turning man into a ravaging beast.
I took a picture of that old farmhouse. There's nobody in the picture. You saw it. Was there anybody in it?
No, there wasn't.
Somebody has come out of that house, and they're coming toward me.
Back from the dead, his lovely victim seeks revenge for her horrible death at the hands of a man driven mad by a gift from hell. Trapped in her icy tomb until the Devil's Messenger exposed her nakedness in her crystal prison.
Now let's get down to here.
She becomes the object of a scientist's lust. His consuming desire for her drives him to commit murder to keep her for himself. Not since Eve received the apple have gifts inflicted such unnatural consequences.
Tonight at midnight, you will be dead.
Just how do you intend to kill me?
I have no idea. I don't even know you.
The crystal ball foreshadows doom, for it is the plaything of the devil, and only he can change the events it foresees. You must see what the devil's messenger has in store for you.
What did you find?
An empty closet with Harrigan in it.
Harrigan, wake up.
Get up.
Wake up.
The gorilla. Did you get him? Did you get him?
No, he got you.
Well, it won't happen again. Okay, man. Follow me.
Okay.
Follow me. Get down and see where these stairs lead to.
Oh, me?
Yes, you.
Oh, me.
It's awful dark. I should have brought my glasses.
You never wear any glasses.
That's right, I forgot.
What's that funny tapping?
Yeah. It's my knees.
It's a fine time to be scared.
You try and think of a better time.
Yeah, well...
Look. I've had about enough of this. Me and the gorilla's gonna have a showdown right now.
That's right, Chief.
I'm telling you, I can't stand it. Now, don't argue with me. I know what I'm talking about. I'm going in there and we'll look over this house. You'll take orders from me, understand? Now, I'm gonna tear this house apart. Tear it limb from limb. Now, come on, follow me. I'll show this mug who's a mug. You fellas stick close behind me. If anything happens, leave it to me. I'll do all the talking. Come on, man. People running in here out today, all day long. I've never seen anything like this in all my life. First, hey, where are you going? What's eating you? Hey, what have you got there? What? That dame must know something or she wouldn't be running away like that. Make a note of that, Garrity. Gary, what are you...
Oh.
Good evening.
Good evening. What do you want?
Don't be frightened.
Frightened? Who's frightened? Don't you come near me or I'll wrap this thing around your neck like it was a pretzel.
There's nothing to worry about.
That's what you think.
May I give you some advice?
No.
If I were you, I'd go to my room and stay there.
Oh, yes, sir. I was just planning on that.
Wait a minute. Where have you been?
No place. Honest, sir. I was just getting ready to go to town.
Good.
Ah, don't open that.
Why not?
The gorilla. He's in there.
Don't be silly.
Oh.
Come on, now. Get going.
Yes, sir. I'm practically there.
It ain't a man. It's a gorilla. We saw it and we felt it.
When I tell you the gorilla is a man, I ought to know. I've read enough about him.
But how could a monkey have possibly written those notes to Uncle Walter?
Maybe it's got an education.
Poe! Poe! Poe!
Where is he? Have any of you seen him?
Who?
Poe.
Who's Poe?
Poe's the gorilla.
The gorilla? Oh, you know him too, huh?
No him. I trained him since he was that high.
You're just the one we're looking for.
Don't any of you understand? Poe is a gorilla, a trained gorilla.
A real gorilla?
Sure, a real gorilla.
So we don't know what we're talking about, eh?
Yeah, we know a monkey when we see one.
Listen, this is serious. Poe ain't no pet. There's no telling what he's liable to do when I ain't around.
especially with women. He hates women.
Well, what's he doing here? What are you doing here?
We was hired to come here. We're working at the county fair. Yesterday, a guy comes along, says he wants me to bring Poe here. He says he's giving a party, wants us to put on a act.
Who hired you?
I don't know. I don't know nothing. All I know is I bring Poe here, we're waiting out in the garage like he tells me, waiting to do our stuff. All of a sudden, somebody gives me a clunk over the head, and I wake up in a lady's boudoir.
But the gorilla, how did he get loose?
You're asking me. That's what I want to find out. Listen, this is serious. We got to find him. We got to. Somebody's liable to get killed.
Them notes from the gorilla. If I will get you 50, they were addressed to me.
Notes? Poe can't write no notes. Even I don't know how to write.
Now, look, the next time I buck up against that gorilla, I'm telling you, you'll never know. He'll do it.
Listen, have you seen him?
Yes, he's in the kitchen.
Which way is the kitchen?
Through the panel.
We'll go with you.
Listen, you fellas better wait here. There's no telling what that ape will do.
Oh, Jack, I'm so confused. A real gorilla and those notes and...
Listen to me, everybody. The gorilla has done his work. Walter Stevens is dead. You will find his body in the garage.
Oh, Jack.
All right, everybody. Follow me to the garage. Come on. Come on. Come on.
He's gone. Poe's gone.
I tell you, he's in the kitchen.
The kitchen's a wreck. He must be on a rampage.
Out of my way, brother. I got my own troubles to worry about. All right, all of you, out in the garage. Come on. I'll stay here and protect Miss Denby. This way, please.
I'll never forgive myself for not calling the police.
Why call the police with us around, lady?
You couldn't save up the water.
We couldn't, eh?
Well, you didn't, did you?
Well, that's right, we didn't. I gotta find out how that gorilla gets in and out of here. There must be a secret spring around here someplace. I think I'll look in back of these books. Hey.
Don't tell me she's the gorilla.
I told you I didn't like her looks.
Oh, wise guy.
Come on, we gotta find the bus. What do they do with them keys?
Look under the mat.
That's funny.
Oh, very funny. Will you get me out of here?
Listen, what are you doing in Poe's cage?
What do you think I'm doing? Waiting for someone to feed me peanuts? Get me out of here!
Say, wait a minute. I think this was a trick to get us out of the house. Come on.
Who are you anyway?
I'm the gorilla's keeper. Are you the dame give me a clunk on the head?
No, but it's a good idea.
Oh, yeah?
Look!
Yeah, I know Miss Denby's in a pretty tight spot there, but that is one of the coolest things I have ever seen. I want one for Halloween. Shock your friends, amaze your family. Incredible skeleton pop-up book.
3, 2, 1, 0.
Fly in the rocket ship of the future, 350,000 miles up. Explore limitless space with the world's greatest astronauts.
Pegasus 4 to Lunar Base 1. We're entering a heavy magnetic field.
Take part in the terrifying search for the Phantom Planet. Battle an army of deadly meteors. See daredevil men repair their ship on the edge of eternity. Vital feed lines hit. Air cut off.
My ship is being drawn toward an asteroid. Instruments completely out of operation. I'm going to try to land. I don't think I'll make it.
See the first man land on the Phantom Planet. See a 6-foot man shrink to 6 inches before your very eyes. Introducing Dolores Faith as Zetha, the girl from outer space, whose beauty secrets are wrested from the cosmic rays of the Milky Way. Discover the atomic mysteries of the universe.
Those are gravity plates that we've had placed here. Their intensity is so high that any object or any person placed on any one of them would immediately disintegrate. Here, let me show you.
Men on the Phantom Planet risk instant death for their women. The appalling warfare of other worlds. Sun-blazing Solarites attack.
The greatest danger to us is the high-intensity heat bomb.
Right. They have enough concentrated heat to blow up our planet instantly.
See the Solarite monster break loose. Thrill to the awe-inspiring battle for survival.
Activate the gravity curtain.
The fantastic power of the weapons of outer space. Cosmic rays destroying the Solarites.
And now, on to the conclusion of The Gorilla, where we'll see if this whole mess can be wrapped up in 9 minutes. And after that, something completely different. Oh, by the way, no, it's not them.
Oh, you're no fun anymore.
I can't afford them. I have to fly them in from England and everything. Can't do it.
Bring it down, pole. Bring it down to me. Down, pole, down to the ground. Put it down, pole. Down, pole, down to the ground. Pole! Stop it, pole! Put it down, pole. Come on. Pole, come back here. Help me catch it.
Thank you. Oh, he hit me again. Right here, he hit. Oh!
Pole! Let him alone.
That's a fine way to treat me. After I give you the best years of my life, you act like that. Listen here. No kisses. He might have killed somebody.
What do you mean, might have?
Damn it. It's all right, lady. I got him.
You can keep him.
Okay, scram and take this character with you. I was only kidding.
Just for that, he gets no C-A-N-D-Y.
Oh, that's just C-A-N-D-Y.
Sorry if I caused you any trouble, folks.
Look at that.
Wait, it's somebody's coat.
All right, come on out of there, buddy. So that's how I got clunked on the head. Come on out of there, you. All right, come on.
Look, it's opening.
What? Come on, but... Oh, so it's you.
Do you know him?
Do I know him? He's the guy I caught using the telephone.
There is no law against that.
Never mind law, buddy. Get him up.
Now, just a minute. Don't you think you're a little premature?
Premature? Well, I can't remember that far back.
Just who are you? I'm Detective Coletti, an investigator for the Securities and Exchange Commission. And I'm on the trail of the gorilla just as you are.
A detective?
How do we know that?
Yes, we... Well, what were you doing in there?
Investigating. I've been on this case for some weeks now, and I've discovered a little about the construction of this house that my good friend here don't seem to have found out yet.
What do you mean?
This house is a maze of secret panels. Now, undoubtedly, the voice of the gorilla came through that radio from someplace right in this house.
That means that if we find the wire leading away from the radio...
we'd at least find the gorilla's hideout.
Say, what's going on here?
Well, here it is. Here's the wire going right in here.
That's fine. Now, let's see. Uh-huh. Just as I thought. Here's the wire. Now, by tracing this, I think we may find the answer to this entire riddle. The wire goes in here. Back of this wall is the man we want.
We'll make a note of that, Gert.
Are you all armed?
Yes, I'm armed. Shh, quiet, you. Here it is.
There is your microphone, and as I expected, there is your gorilla.
Mr. Stevens, the gorilla?
Well, sure, I could have told you that all the time.
I guess the party is over, my gorilla friend.
Yeah, but who tied him up like that?
I don't know. He figured the game was up and that this would throw off suspicion. This is a homemade job. A child could have done it.
Ah, it's preposterous. Don't believe him. I never saw this man before in my life. It's insane.
Oh, now what's that? Oh, why is it with all the men in the house they have to leave us here with you?
Quiet.
Oh. What? Why, it's Mr. Stevens.
Alias the gorilla.
The gorilla? Him? Oh, I'll never trust another man if I live to be 1,000. You can make that 2,000.
Uncle Walter, the gorilla. I don't believe it.
I think I can make it very clear.
Oh, sure we can.
Now, first of all...
What's that?
Oh, I didn't hear a thing.
Neither did I, but what was it?
We'll soon find out.
Hey, what is this? Who hit me? What's going on around here?
It's that man again.
Oh, there you are. Kidnapped. Kidnapped by the gorilla.
Not kidnapped by the gorilla, Mr.
Conway. AP Conway.
The AP stands for ape.
Mr. Conway, this gentleman is the gorilla.
The gorilla?
But if Uncle Walter's the gorilla, I don't understand why he should send himself those notes of warning.
For 2 reasons. To keep you here and to throw off suspicion from himself. Miss Denby, under the terms of your father's will, if anything were to happen to you, who would inherit your estate?
Uncle Walter.
My hunch was right. Your uncle brought you here tonight to kill you for your money.
Well, at least he had a reason.
So that's why he wouldn't let us call the police.
That's exactly why.
But what about these men, these private detectives?
They almost speak for themselves. Do you think if Stephen's life had actually been threatened, he would have called in 3 morons such as these for protection?
Morons? Hey, wait a minute. I resent that.
But I tell you, I saw the gorilla right there in that closet. I saw his hand and his arm, and it was no optical confusion.
What you saw was this sleeve. Another ingenious little invention of Mr. Stevens.
It's a very cute little idea.
Well, that about clears the whole matter out. And since it stopped raining, I think I'd better go.
You're okay, buddy.
Okay.
Yeah, he's all right.
Congratulations. Let me congratulate you. You were wonderful. Oh, no, you don't, buddy. Okay, folks. Say howdy to the gorilla.
Howdy.
All right, give out. Well, this moron is going to blow your brains out.
Well, you see, it was all
that. Oh!
Now, all of you stick your hands up. I'm the gorilla, all right. But the cops haven't been able to get me, so don't you half-wits get any crazy notions. And as for Mr. Stevens, he's just as crooked as I told you he was. The trouble with him is he talks too much and too loud. I got tipped off on what was going to happen here tonight. How he was going to pretend to be me. I was going to get the $250,000 and at the same time let him get the blame for all the gorilla murders. So you better be careful. I'm a little nervous tonight.
Drop that gun. And I advise you not to move. Hello. Police station, quickly.
What is this? I thought the phone was out of order.
Maybe he paid his bill.
Hello? This is Walter Stevens speaking. Send a squad car to my house. We've got the gorilla.
Things are so mixed up around here that even the gorilla doesn't know who the gorilla is.
He's the gorilla. He's the gorilla. Do I know what I'm doing?
Look, what's going on here?
Don't look so sad, darling. Your uncle isn't a crook, and our estate's all safe and sound now.
You know, you never can tell. This is liable to wind up to be a mystery.
You see, the gorilla murders were threatening to bankrupt our insurance company. Most of the victims were clients of ours. So Conway, our special investigator, cooked up his little scheme to trap the killer. I'm sorry I had to frighten you, dear. And you too, Kitty.
Oh, I wasn't frightened. I was numb.
You fellas are certainly great detectives.
Oh, yeah. We could have told you that.
Did you know that Coletti was the gorilla all along?
Sure we did.
No, we didn't.
When did you find out he was the gorilla?
When I shook hands with him.
I don't get you.
Well, you see, I was a window trimmer. in a department store. And I ought to know a phony feel when I feel one.
We'll never be able to thank you, Mr. Harrigan.
Oh, well, that's all right. I understand you two are getting married soon.
Well, if you call tomorrow soon.
Well, remember, if you have any trouble with her, our specialty is following wives. You know where to send the check, and be sure it's certified.
From a Confederate bank.
Bye. Bye.
Did you understand the ending of that movie? If not, please send 25 cents and a box top from any can of tuna fish to, care of this station, and we'll have one of our cage-free, grass-fed representatives come to your home to lovingly explain what happened, who did what, why they did it, and what do you care. Do it today, then do it again tomorrow, and keep doing it until you get it right.
Suppose there were no reports about this thing until 1946. What could have happened then to start the stories?
1946? Well, the bikini underwater experiments were set off then. Maybe that started something.
Deep down in the strange, lurid, murky depths of the Pacific are fantastic, horribly grotesque creatures of the sea that challenge man's courage as no earthly creatures can. Science knows some of the answers, but not all. And among science's unknowns is the strange identity of the living monster from the ocean floor.
How'd he get out of suit? No man gets through that.
And what happened to him?
Here is the first undersea battle ever photographed between a giant killer shark and a woman, as she searches for a monster even more deadly.
Could absorb a man.
Or a woman. Bonnie, cast off, on the double.
And now, my lords and ladies, our short film surprise. Way back last century in 1963, the year I was born, in fact. Anyway, a show premiered called Fractured Flickers. Now, this show was produced by the same people who gave us the Rocky and Bullwinkle show, Jay Ward. What this show did was they took old silent films, re-edited them, and added comic dialogue, much like a forerunner to Mystery Science Theater 3000. The show was hosted by Hans Conried, the voice of Captain Hook from Disney's classic Peter Pan, and Dr. Terwilliger from the 5,000 Fingers of Dr. T. It also featured the voice talents of the ghost host himself, master voice actor Paul Frees, as well as June Foray, the voice of Rocket J. Squirrel, Betty Rubble, and so many others, and Bill Scott, the voice of Bullwinkle J. Moose. Well, my lords and ladies, without further ado, I give to you, I think it's plural, so fractured, here is, I'm not sure. Anyway, here are, or is, Fractured Flickers, including a disastrous in-flight movie and a rare look at a Houdini filmed adventure.
Do you remember last week we announced that tonight we were going to give away a live Shetland pony to some lucky member of our audience? You remember that, don't you? Then you'd better see a doctor. We didn't say a thing about it. 1, 2. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Hans Conried here. Who there? Never mind. Well, once again, it's time for Fractured Flickers, or as it is known in the trade, down memory lane with axe and crowbar.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard Fly-By-Night Airlines Deluxe Champagne and Movie Flight to lovely Fairbanks, Alaska, or someplace like that. Just a little joke. This is your captain speaking, and I hope you enjoy the champagne today as much as we do here on the flight deck. Before the movie starts, your stewardess will be serving you with a fly-by-night cocktail, half gin and half Milltown. Note the movie screen at the forward end of the cabin and our projector, typical of Fly-By-Night's dependable, foolproof equipment. Now, if you make yourselves comfortable, it's showtime.
Since mankind first envisaged the conquest of the air, his progress has been a long succession of tiny victories over great adversities. Brave, pitiful man, he never gives up. Aeronautical engineers, despite the shakiness of their skills, despite the fact that all machines must and do fail occasionally, still fight bravely onward. Aircraft designers are admittedly willing to experiment with new and radical techniques, regardless of the odds against them.
Well, back to the old drawing board.
And of course, throughout aviation history, pilots have calmly faced the multiple perils attendant upon every takeoff. Perils which are nothing compared to the dangers of landing.
Captain, this is the stewardess calling. Raise you two, Fred. Yes, my dear. How's everything in the cabin section? Coming along, I hope.
Captain, this movie we're watching?
Oh, great idea, isn't it? Relaxes the passengers.
Yeah, that's just it. The passengers are behaving oddly. It's the movie. Unsuccessful things are happening to airplanes. It's awful.
Well, that's showbiz, doll.
Yeah, well, it may be showbiz to you, but the passengers are getting panicky.
Miss Finster, you're interrupting the pinochle game.
Sir, the passengers, they're getting up. They're unfastening their seatbelts. Ow!
Look at that. Oh, wow. Captain, does the plane seem to be getting lighter to you? Shut up and deal.
And now for another spine-tingling episode in our cliffhanging serial. Unfortunately, we don't know which episode it is, but no matter, they're all alike anyway. You might be interested to know that we accidentally ran our last episode backwards. None of you noticed a thing.
In our last episode, Tom, the fun-loving Clover boy, had just married his secretary. But at the wedding reception, his third wife had shown up and caused a scene.
Tom, I couldn't go through with a divorce.
Good heavens, Laura, what have you done to your hair?
Meanwhile, upstairs, Dick, the serious-minded Clover boy, was still trying to put up Venetian blinds in the bathroom.
Let's see. The wing nut slips through the tie knot, and loop A folds under the hinge.
Meantime, one of the X-3.2, the experimental biplane designed by Harry Clover. Harry is the inventive Clover boy.
How's it going up there, Raj? Not so good, Harry. There's two other experimental planes up here, and one of them is, well, I think maybe he's from Lockheed.
Take her up to 2,000, Raj. For heaven's sake, Laura, must we dance? I told you, it's all over between us.
No, she wouldn't have an ordinary shower curtain. It has to be Venetian blinds.
It may be a little tough to get her up to 2,000, Harry.
How's that, Raj?
Well, for one thing...
Say, that Lockheed sure is a competitive outfit. Take her up, Raj.
Harry, you gotta do something.
Raj, I'm calling the Better Business Bureau right now. Laura, not in front of the children.
Oh, a child at 3 can install these, huh? Phooey, I'll bet Houdini couldn't do it.
Say, Harry, did the mechanic work on my landing gear?
Yes, he did, Rog. Why do you ask?
The plane feels a little bottom-heavy in the loops is all.
Yes, this is Tom and Laura's little son. Go on, Tommy. Show Granddad how you make a bee. Granddad? It's madness. No. A robot. Time to change his diapers, too. Anybody got a can opener?
Oh, the heck with it. She can run through the lawn sprinklers instead.
Harry, come in, Harry.
Now, don't you worry, Rog. I'll bring you in, fella. You're right on the glide path. That's it. Set her down gently. Okay, Rog, you made it. Well, don't miss chapter 207 when the family hears a joke told by Tom, the fun-loving Clover Boy.
Hey, I'm Tom, the fun-loving Clover Boy.
Yeah, I'm Irving.
Well, the big clock on the wall. The big clock that was on the wall said it's time to go now.
Assume the position and open your minds wide. It's time for your cranial cavity search. Yes, my lords and ladies, the cranial cavity search. Here's a chance for you great geeks out there to prove your geek cred by showing what you know. And tonight's cranial cavity search question is, in the 1955 monster comedy Abbott and Costello Meet the Mummy, the boys, well, they meet the mummy. But what was the name of the mummy in Abbott and Costello Meet the Mummy? A. Kares. B. Imhotep. C. Ananka. Or D. Claris. What was the name of the mummy in Abbott and Costello Meet the Mummy? The answer awaits us after these weighty messages. And the answer to tonight's cranial cavity search question. What was the name of the mummy in Abbott and Costello Meet the Mummy? It was D. Claris. Now, in all of the sequels to the original 1932 Mummy, the mummy's name was Charis in all of those sequels, until Abbott and Costello Meet the Mummy, when they changed the name to Claris. I don't know why. And it's all the stranger because in the original 1932 film, the name of the mummy was Imhotep, until he took the bandages off, and then his name was Ardeth Bey. I don't know. Anyway, my lords and ladies, on to more fractured flickers and their take on a classic silent horror film.
Tonight we paid tribute to a hardy band of idealists, America's industrial scientists, men who have contributed so much to our way of life today, whose unremitting efforts have produced such scientific breakthroughs as whiskey-flavored toothpaste, triple-filter cigarettes, and the rhinestone fly swatter. Now, a flicker was originally made as Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, starring the great, late John Barrymore. But tonight, it's been fractured into a stirring saga of the soft drink industry, entitled, Do Me a Flavor.
This scholarly gentleman is the noted astrologer Albert K. Seltzer. Dr. Seltzer is trying to determine whether human life exists on the planet Jupiter.
Whee! Hot dogs!
By Jupiter, there are human being peoples out there.
You're nuts.
You think so, eh? Well, come here.
No. Coax me.
Very well. Pretty please with a cherry on top.
That's better. Now you are talking, Doc.
Look quick, you're holding up the plot.
Sorry, Ed. Jupiter, eh? Yahoo! I'll show them they're Wright Brothers. Good grief. It's my brother, George.
Dr. Seltzer made his living by operating the Seltzer Laboratories, producers of world-famous seltzer water made in 6 delicious flavors.
Oh, Doctor, that stuff really tickles my nose and it doesn't upset my stomach. Can I have another 40 gallons?
Do you want it to go?
Oh, yes, and bless you, Doctor.
See the receptionist. She'll put it in a sack for you.
Yes, Seltzer's water was good for everybody. Well, almost everybody. The good doctor had a kind word for all his patients, but in reality his mind was elsewhere. Not on Jupiter, but on a secret formula for a new seltzer flavor, one that will take the country by storm. Entering his laboratory, he couldn't help noticing the appearance of Madeleine Lafarge, his head chemist. She, too, had been working on the new formula. Never had he seen her look so pale, so wan, so pooped. To think that just last night she had looked like this.
That new flavor really leaves you with a head, doesn't it? Not a very good-looking head at that.
Oh, Doctor, it's terrible. That new stuff is poison. Oh, pure poison.
Later that evening, Dr. Seltzer met with Conrad Phosphate, the big soda pop tycoon. Phosphate would stoop to any height to get his hands on a new formula.
Tell me, Doctor, what do you call this new flavor?
Chocolate.
Chocolate? Catchy name. I like it. I'll offer you $50,000 a year to come make chocolate for me. I'll even throw in a few coffee breaks.
Seltzer liked what he heard, but he insisted on a tour of Phosphate's plant, located in the fashionable part of the slum section. Like any soda pop factory, this one maintained a staff of professional flavor tasters. Phosphate escorted his little group to the executive office. For instance, his head chemist, Dr. Imogen Kohler, was at that moment stomping out some grapes. Elsa was impressed by the dedicated young scientist.
Imogen is developing a new drink called Grape Suzette.
Yes, Elsa was smitten by this wisp of a chemist with the black eyes and blue feet.
Hey, Doc, come here.
She was the bait for the trap.
Dr. Kohler, this is Dr. Algate Seltzer.
A pretty name. You not only walk and talk like a chemist, you smell like a chemist.
Funny, I don't feel like a chemist.
Yes, Phosphate had won a genius over to his wicked cause. Determined to impress Imogen, Seltzer picked up where Madeleine had left off, and in time developed a double chocolate seltzer. But a thought struck him.
Oh!
Suppose what happened to Madeleine should happen to him. What would he look like the morning after? Was it too late to turn back? Or at least sideways?
Remember, $50,000 a year plus coffee breaks. All this and cola, too.
That did it. He would make the test.
Over the lips, over the gums. Look out, stomach, here it comes. Oh, man, that's good stuff. Wow. Oh, boy, smooth. Ooh.
A slight but noticeable change began to come over the good doctor. His breath came in short pants, knickers almost. The water on his knee began to boil. His hair oil changed to 30 weight.
Yummy!
Even his hands, usually soft and pretty from washing them in hydrochloric acid, became harsh and red. So this is what chocolate seltzer did to the human system. Dishpan hands.
What if I drank a bottle full of the stuff? Or put nuts in it and ate it like candy? Wowee!
He had to rush to Imogen to tell her of his taste triumph. Stopping only to don his tuxedo, Seltzer sped to the phosphate factory for a surprise visit.
Surprise!
Hello, Al.
Look, Imogen, baby, my new flavor has made me a new man.
The face I can take, but that hat's got to go.
Mr. Phosphate will be so proud.
I'd like to talk to you about that, handsome.
The wily Imogen decided they should do away with Conrad Phosphate and keep the formula for themselves. Seltzer was all for it. In his condition, he was all for anything. Yes, the unfortunate doctor was now hooked on double chocolate seltzer.
Yes, for that tired Logie feeling, it's double chocolate seltzer every time. Gives you that wake up and live feeling. It puts you in that play the piano mood. Play, play, full play. Gives you that little extra lift.
At that moment, Phosphate rang the bell.
Let's all sing the seltzer song. And 1, and 2, and double chocolate seltzer. Double good, you see.
That's terrible.
But what a beat! Double chocolate, best for you and me! Zoot!
This singing roused the neighbors who summoned help. 8 hours later, it arrived in the form of Emmeline Gargley, girl inspector.
I'll take him alone. It's more dramatic. All right, Seltzer. Come out or I'm coming in.
So come in, come in. Ah, give me a break, Inspector. I was framed.
A face like that ought to be framed. You're under arrest, Al. Singing commercials without a license.
Can't we talk this over, Inspector? I can make it worth your while. How about a case of seltzer? Some free jiu-jitsu lessons.
Emmeline had already taken jiu-jitsu lessons.
Oh! Wowee, that's smart.
Feverish and overheated, the mad doctor collapsed.
We should have known. We should have known.
What should we have known?
Whenever a seltzer gets warm, it goes flat.
1, 2.
Well, as they say at the United Parcel Service, that just about wraps it up. Until next week at this same time, this is Hans Conrad saying good night. And in the words of Prince of Anafuma, no shisamalo canedral. Translation,
Well, my lords and ladies, after a wacky episode like that, what else can I say but... Lords and ladies, I want to thank you all for watching, and I want to invite you all back again next week when we'll do whatever this is all over again. As always, I am Lord Blood-Rah saying, geek out.